Hello there. Today we're gonna do a Bond Arms roughneck inside the waistband holster. So stay tuned. This will be for the belt clip. Marking these so I know where my glue lines are going to be. That's why I mark the inside. It also helps to know where to bevel, see? There. And that would be my stop line on the bottom. It also lets me know where I can set my maker stamp when I do such a thing. Now you want this to sit flat, so you don't want to bevel the bottom. Sorry about this lighting, by the way. I'm gonna get that all figured out here eventually. Okay, so now that that's all done, I'm going to do is I'm going to wet this, put my maker stamp in there, and then we're going to dye it. I do believe they want this mahogany. So that's going to be that real pretty brownish with a little bit of red tint. They want mahogany with green stitch. So it'll be a few hours for me, a few seconds for you, and you come back. This will be nice and dyed up. Okay, so we are dyed, we are dried. What I do here is use some gum trag and burnish these edges so they look nice and smooth. Take this wood slicker after you put the gum trag on. You could use saddle soap too, which I really like using saddle soap with black leather because I don't know, just the saddle soap seems to shine it better than the gum track does. But yeah, sorry for the lighting and stuff and the shadows. Keep going till the edge is smooth and the bottom, and the clip there. So I got this all burnished up, and I put beeswax on the edge. Now what we're going to do is get ready to glue up and mount our clip. So it's going to go about yay. Now you could do it by your template, but I've done quite a few of these already. These are roughneck is actually I think it's one of the most popular of the Derringer made by Bond Arms. But anyway, so I know about whereabouts it's gonna go. So I take my scratch awl here and I go underneath. I don't go at the edge, because if you go at the edge of it, you can't really see, but if you go toward the edge, you're going to leave a scratch mark on the outside and you're going to be able to see that. So I actually put it inside and go very lightly around the perimeter. Because all we're doing basically is knowing where the glue is going to go. And there we have it. There's our line. You probably can't see it too good. It's right there, so we're going to scuff it up here a little bit. Give the glue something to stick to. Make sure you don't go outside of your box. Done that many times, and if you get a little too ambitious and put a huge scratch in it, you got to start all over again. That's just depressing. All right, there we go. Now comes the glue. I kind of start at the middle and work my way out like that, because you don't want a big huge glob on the edge. I don't know if you could just saw any of this. I don't know if you just seen any of that. If I was out of frame or not. But anyway, like I said, I start in the middle and spread it out like this. Because if you get a huge glob, it's going to squeeze out and it's going to leave a glue mark. We don't want that. Then put some on the back of the clip too. Same principle, I go in the middle and then work my way out once it's been distributed a little bit. Take the side of the brush and go across the edges here just to make sure there's no extra glue hanging out. Put it over your spot there. This is where the clamps come in handy. Make sure it doesn't wiggle and move out of the spot. Put a clamp there. Cup clamps here. Up here at the top. Okay, so there we have it all glued up and clamped. Now we just let that dry. And we'll come and, be a little bit. Next step is going to be we're stamping the holes to stitch. We are glued up, and I have poked those holes to stitch. This is going to be the mahogany with the green thread. I do 3 times the length. And we're going to hand stitch this bad boy here, like so. me get a plier here. Hold on. Fingers are a little slippery there. But there we go. So I'm going to go all the way around and get this stitched up here. There we go, all stitched up. Next step we're going to do here is a little bit of glue here on the edges where we made our marks there, so we know where to run the glue line to. Now I'm going to fold it up. Sometimes the leather is super dry and stiff and you don't want it to crack, especially on a long piece like this. So I will just keep checking it as I'm folding it, and if I feel like it's getting dry or having a rough time, I'll put some water right there. This one is nice and soft though. So we bring the edges together. Now they're not going to line up perfectly. You know, you saw these were all hand cut. They're not die cut or anything. We even up those edges at the end. Now you let that dry. Simple as that. Got it glued up. Now it's time to punch some holes. Use this. Okay. Use this guy right here, and we punch it through the pre-marked holes. I can't swing the hammer and hit the camera at the same time, so just know that's what we're doing next. It's glued. Squared off the edges and use the beveler to bevel. Now we're going to punch the holes, stitch this bad boy up. All right, now comes the fun part where it becomes an actual holster. So got her all nice and stitched up. This is some warm water. I'm gonna give it a little bath here. Watch the bubbles, that's the coolest part. So that leather's soaking up that water, and it'll be nice and pliable. And then shove this bad boy in here like that. Oh, watch out for that part. And then I use my finger and go across here. Get a little bit of molding done. Not too much because it's inside the waistband, so your actual waist will give you a lot of good retention too. There you go. At this point too, I'll do a little bit of burnishing on the edges. Not much because it needs to actually be drying out as you're burnishing to get the real smooth, slick. We'll get her started. Oops. And then that's that. I just let it dry. It's going to dry for at least 1 or 2 days. After it does that, I will coat it with neatsfoot oil and let that dry for a day. After that, it gets the resin on it, and then it goes to its new home after that. So there you go. That's how you make a holster for a Bond Arms roughneck inside the waistband. I'll put the information in the description for my website. It's mstoutdoors.com. If you want one of these yourself, I'll also put my email and stuff in there if you need to contact me. Thanks for watching.